Hello and welcome to another I Explores. Okay, so today we're going to do some more streets. I think this one's part 9, so anyway, let's go and have a look and I'll do some more streets and some more history of the streets that we're going to walk down. Okay, let's go then. Okay, so we've now come to our first street, which is Orwell Street. So I'll pan the camera around. This is where we are. Now the first building we come to down here is Compass House, obviously a fish processing plant. I know that was there in the 80s because I worked over there at Turner and Edmonds Billiards. That's where that was situated. Obviously the building's still there, but that thing, I left there in 1984, I think it was. But yeah, that was one of my first jobs, and a lot of fishing industry things down here. Obviously right at the end there, there's a lot of them. Obviously names have changed and that, I can't remember them all, but this Compass House has been here a long time. And also down this street was the Orwell Street Baths. Now that opened on the 6th of April 1923. Now I don't know if any of you can remember that one. Maybe some of you went there. I don't know when it closed. I haven't got the date for that. But yeah, Orwell Street Baths. Obviously a baths was there when you didn't have a bath at home. You know, probably had a tin thing, you had to fill it up with hot water to take forever. So you came to one of these. There were many of these around town. There was actually one across the road from the P-Bung down there when I was with that in Cox's, I think on the same side as that, where that was. So yeah, there was one down there and many others that I know about. So we're going to head straight in front of us there. I'm going to show you the location of the Fisherman's Mission when we get to it. So let's carry on. Now this blue one here, used to be known as Manor Hardware. I remember going in there fetching stuff, obviously for work, for various things. I don't know, I can't remember what things were, but yeah, used to go in there for various things. So that was Manor Hardware, if anybody can remember that one. So let's carry on. Okay, if you can see up there, that tower, that's a smoke room where they used to smoke the fish at Compass House. You can see it there, it's already rusted now. There must have been something in this area, but you see there's lots of things that are rusted like that, bent in and everything like that. But yeah, well, that was the old smoke room in there. So okay, let's move on. The smokehouse at Compass House was designed in 1954 by a Fred Pye. That's who designed it, and that's what we've just been looking at. So let's move on. Okay, so this building here, which is obviously not it's YMCA, used to be where the Royal National Mission to Deep Sea Fishermen was on Orwell Street. That's where that's a magnificent building. I've got pictures of it, but yet again, the usual copyright. But yeah, that's where that stood. Obviously, quite a few of you can remember it because I can. This has only been here, you know, recently, within the last 10 years or something like that. And if I sweep round this area here, someone might know about this place. When I turn my camera around and look at myself now, just here, if I turn this round in a minute, on here was a garage called Mercury Garage. Now I remember this, like stopping dead just down there. I can't remember it going round the corner. You can see the ice factory in the distance there, but yeah, that's where that was there. So let's go and take a look at Robbie Square. Okay, so we're walking up to Robbie Square now. I'll just quickly turn the camera around. Now that building across the road there, I've been trying to find out what it was. Now I've said before it was a bank and it isn't. But I just can't make the words out on the photos. If any of you know in the comments below would be much appreciated. Now for any of you that watch Doctor Who, and there are probably quite a few of you out there, there was a TARDIS right in the middle of the road where the camera's pointing now. I've actually seen a picture of it and I like Doctor Who, so you know, you can imagine. So we'll come up this way and turn this around. And this is the Lincoln Bank. Also the National Provincial as well. There's been a few things. And you can see up there, look. I didn't know that one. Union Bank Chambers, that's the different one. So this place has been lots of things, but it's still here. As you can see there. Now if we come round the corner here, see that like pink building there? That was the place, or probably still standing there, of the Sheffield Arms, which was there for over 100 years, and before that was called the Shipwright Arms. It's on the corner of Freeman Street and Robbie Square here. So that could have been part of it, I'm not entirely sure, it might have been. So we're going to have a look a bit further on now. Okay, so around this area is the docks area, and it would be lots of heavy industry. Now, heavy industry needs people to have houses somewhere to live. Now we're coming up to a street up here after I've shown you the Seaman's Mission called Porridge Street, which is no longer there, but I can roughly show you the position of it. So I've seen it on many a map, but if I turn the camera around, all round here would have been houses. All of them. I mean, every street had an house on it, near enough. Obviously, because, like I say, they need somewhere to stay, it's close to work. you know, they probably started early back then, probably 6 in the morning or earlier, I don't know. I mean, due to the tides and all this kind of thing, that's what you'd have to do. I work nights on the docks myself. And, you know, the tide could be in at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and that's when they had to land. But yeah, obviously around here there's lots of houses, and I say there's a street up there called Porridge Street, and we're going to that now. Okay, so we're now walking down Railway Street. Now, if I turn the camera around where this place here is, there used to be 2 streets, Porridge Street and Rowland Street, both built and owned by the Manchester and Sheffield Lincolnshire Railway Company in 1850s, and it was all obviously demolished in 1971, obviously no longer there, another lost street. We see lots of things happening around here, like we're saying, accommodation, that's why they were built, obviously for the people who went out on the trawlers and all the industries around here. So let's carry on. See it through there, that telegraph pole up. Now that was the bottom, like I've just been saying, of Porridge Street, and it's still there. Obviously that must have carried obviously telegrams back then, and obviously telephone lines as well, but it's still in situation right next to the railway as well. So they probably use that to send communications up and down the line too. So okay, let's move on. Okay, so I'm now stood on the bridge that goes from Railway Street in that direction, the Central Market in that direction. Now where the camera's pointing now, obviously it was a brewery as well, but also it was an engine shed as well, where they kept the trains at night and probably did repairs on them. I found that out recently. I know it just says on there Bateman's Honest Ales, but it was a brewery as well, but it started off as an engine shed. So as you can imagine, it's only one of the only engine sheds still starting, which is actually on obviously the Central Market, where we're going to have a look at now. So let's go down the other side. All right, so we're now on Central Market now. I'll just turn the camera around. Pointed upwards there, you got the Victoria Flour Mills there, the old Palace Theatre there, the Globe Theatre was behind where that building is there. Okay, the buildings around here were built in the 1850s, and there was an hotel here called Chapman's Hotel, which was run by Nathan Chapman, and this all got demolished in the 1960s and obviously left for a while. And what you can see is already what here now, it got developed over the years. Obviously the theatres are long gone. A bit of the palace is still there, which is the Palace Buffet. Obviously it was a pub, but yeah, not much of it left. But yeah, that's basically this here. Oh, and the clock tower, which stood near enough where the mini roundabout is now, I think. And that is a guess. Well, you can't tell from these pictures. Well, around about this area anyway, but all this was entertainment. Like I said, there was pubs down here. There was a pub called the Annesley Arms and another one called the Newmarket Hotel as well. Obviously I mentioned the Globe Theatres just then, but yeah, there's a lot of things down here, and it all got demolished in the 60s. So let's move on. Okay, so we're now on Goblin Street, which is off Freeman Street. Now this street is over 100 years old, which I found out. You see the street name is up there. Obviously this was on it originally, and possibly this building behind me was as well. But as you can see, that one looks the oldest, so I'm going to go with that one. Okay, so this was all built on the 3rd of July 1872. There was 15 houses down this street to start off. Also the same on Hollis Street as well, which only cost, and don't sit down, well I'll fall down, £120 back then in 1872. How cheap is that? I mean, just think about it. The average wages, you can go by 3 or 4. But yeah, that's what it was back then. Obviously it ran that way towards Asda, and Hollis Street, I will show you that in a moment where that was. It's out where the, actually I'll walk forward and show you where that is rather than go round there. But Hollis Street is in that direction there, where the machine shop and that is, in that area. Not very far away, but there was both built at the same time. So now I'm on Home Street. Then we turn the camera around there, you can see the name, and the whole street name is up there. Now this first appeared on the census in 1851, and in 1852 there was 20 houses down here, and it was built on the site of the local gasworks. Now before all that was here, there was a hall here, yeah, a hall, probably a manor house or whatever you want to call it. It says a hall, and it was built by William Bennett, father of Henry Bennett, and they all were situated between Home Street, East Marsh Street and in Eastgate, long gone obviously. And home is the ancient word for a green place surrounded by water. Now that's probably right. When you think where we live, I mean the water is what, in that direction over there, and all around us obviously the River Freshney that way, there's the train going past. But yeah, as you can see, surrounded by water. Okay, and also down here, Home Street, I'm just going to turn the camera around. If you see a gap between that wall there, this used to be a level crossing. It came out from this way, the finger, and went straight through there. So yeah, there used to be a level crossing there, obviously a bridge over it, like there were one we just went over not long ago, same sort of thing, and it went over to Queen Street, and obviously over in that direction is was Hewitt's Brewery and all the rest of the industries, sawmills and all sorts of other ones. So let's move on. Okay, so we'll come to the end of another video. We hope you enjoyed that one. I think that was part 9, if I'm wrong, put it in the comments below. No, I think it was. So I hope you enjoyed that one, and thanks to all the Manu subscribers and all the people that are watching my content, much appreciated. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the next video. Thanks for watching.